The Covered California Shop and Compare tool. It is a powerful program. Hello, I am Kevin Canals with InsureMeKevin.com, an independent health insurance agent in California, and also a certified Covered California health insurance agent. And when someone contacts me about health insurance for individuals and families in California, the first program I go to is the Covered California Shop and Compare tool. Just by putting in the individual zip code, I can see virtually all of the carriers and the health plans offered to that individual and their family. Now, not all health plans are offered throughout all of California. For example, if someone lives in San Diego County, they will be offered Sharp Health Plan, but only if they live in San Diego County. If they live in Orange County or Los Angeles, it will not be offered to them. There are some health plans from Blue Shield and Kaiser that are only offered what we call off exchange, direct from the carrier, and receive no subsidies. So those won't show up in the Shop and Compare tool. And Sutter Health Plus up in Northern California does not participate in Covered California, so their health plans won't show up. But otherwise, we will see 95% of all the health plans offered to the individual and their family members. In addition, when we put in the income estimate, we will see if there is a subsidy available to that individual and family, if the children might be Medi-Cal eligible. We can also put in doctors and hospitals to see what plans they are in network with. So that helps narrow down what we're looking at and what we focus on, because there can be a lot of plans and it can be super confusing. So let me go through how the Shop and Compare tool works and also clue you in on some other things that you can use it for. You want to go to coveredca.com to reach the Shop and Compare tool. Don't go anyplace else. coveredca.com. And when you go to that website, up here in the upper right hand corner will be the link for the Shop and Compare tool. Click on it and it brings it up. And the first thing you notice is that you can change the years that you are searching for, which can be nice because maybe you're looking at a past year to find out different premiums if you're working on your taxes. The default is always for the open enrollment or the current year that Covered California is offering plans for. So then we put in the zip code, household estimated income, and the family size. I'm going to use a family of 4 here, and we'll go 50, 45, and then 2 children. Now on the right hand side, you can check mark whether the individual needs coverage or not, because there may be someone who has Medicare or some other government sponsored health insurance, but you need that individual in the household to get a proper subsidy determination, because this is all based on your tax household. So if you file your taxes with 4 people in the household, you need to have all 4 people listed. But if one of those individuals does not need coverage, you want to uncheck mark that. Additionally, if you check mark pregnant or blind and disabled, that generally triggers Medi-Cal. Then you can hit see my results. And yes, we're not applying for health insurance. And you can play around with this quite a bit. So, Covered California eligibility, there are only 2 individuals listed as being eligible for Covered California subsidies, because the income I put in at $80,000 was below 266% of the federal poverty level, and if the household income is below that amount, dependents 18 years old and younger automatically go Medi-Cal. So when we preview plans, it will only be for the 2 adults with subsidies. Now, health plan preferences, I don't know, I don't really use this. Everyone is so unique. It is very difficult to have anything generated that is very meaningful, so I usually just flip right through that and get to the very important page of searching for providers. So I will stick in some doctor names here. Now, when you type in the name, if no one comes up, you may want to look at the distance, because you can select how many miles around that zip code. And if you are in Sacramento and you're seeing doctors down in San Francisco, you may have to increase that to 50 or 100 miles. So put in the doctor's name. The other thing to note is that you may see the doctor listed at several different addresses. And it's important to select the address where you see the doctor at, because a doctor may work at different address, different locations, and they may be in different networks depending on the location that they are practicing in at. So it's always good to double check, make sure you have the right address there that you're seeing the doctor at. This doctor only has one location. Then we can also search for hospitals within the network. So I'll put UC Davis Medical Center, and then we'll put Sutter, and you can see numerous Sutter facilities come up, and I want the Roseville location. So now we have 2 doctors, 2 hospitals. Come down, hit next. Now for 2025, the default will be this silver CSR, which means cost sharing reduction. Everyone that goes through Covered California will be offered at a minimum a silver 73, which is a cost sharing reduction silver plan. This top banner up here, save $1,233.94. That is the monthly subsidy that they have calculated for a family of 4, 2 members being eligible for the subsidy in that zip code at this $80,000 estimated income. So the monthly premiums you see for the different health plans is after the subsidy has been deducted from the full premium. So just a quick search, quick look, we can see that the Western Health Advantage, no doctors, no hospitals in that plan. Aetna doesn't have any doctors or hospitals. Kaiser, the Blue Shield, HMO does have UC Davis. The Blue Cross EPO has Dr. Reddy, but not the other doctor or UC Davis. And the shop and compare tool for the provider search has been usually pretty darn accurate, but there can be issues. And I know this Sutter Roseville Medical Center shows out of network, but when I have done a provider search on the Anthem Blue Cross website, Sutter does come up as being in network. And if there are any doubts, you always want to go to the website for the health plan and check on the network status of the provider. Don't call the doctor's office, they usually won't know, or they'll have bad information. We can see this HealthNet PPO has one of the doctors to the hospitals, but not the other doctor. And the Blue Shield PPO, which is the most expensive plan, has all the doctors and all the hospitals. So right there, if those doctors are mission critical, those hospitals are mission critical to your health, then that filters it out right there, and you're only looking at the Blue Shield Silver 70, the Blue Shield PPO. On the left-hand side, you can look at just certain plans. So you could select the Blue Shield, but you can also change the network type, because we know that the HMO doesn't have all the doctors, so you could select just the PPO plan, and then you could select the different metal tier levels and see all of those health plans and what they would cost after the subsidy. You can also compare plans. So if I mark all of that, and so then we can compare, let's do the bronze plans, and we can compare the Anthem Blue Cross and then this Blue Shield PPO, and there should be a Health Net PPO. Okay, all right. Come down, compare the plans. Now, a bronze plan is a bronze plan. All of the metal tier plans are exactly the same. It doesn't make a difference if it's Blue Cross, Kaiser, Health Net, Blue Shield. All of your cost sharing, any deductible, maximum out of pocket, primary care visits will all be exactly the same. The difference is the monthly premiums after the subsidy and your doctors in the network. I don't really look at this estimated total cost. I don't even know what that's based on. One interesting tool that you can use on the Shop and Compare tool is you can look at the network of doctors around a particular radius. So if I go to 30 miles, you can see the number of doctors, and I'm not entirely certain what this number is based on, because I do know that sometimes doctors show up multiple times, so I don't know if they're being counted more than once, but it gives you a feel for how many doctors are in the particular health plan. And you can see the quality ratings for what that is worth. And like I say, the Shop and Compare tool is very powerful, so it gives you a sense of what health plans are available to you, even if you are not looking for a subsidy, and if the doctors are in network. And from there, you can do additional research at the carrier to double check those providers to make sure they truly are in network for the health plan that you're looking at. The Shop and Compare tool is very accurate because it is tied into the application of Covered California called CalHERS. So when they display a subsidy for you at a particular income, it is usually to the penny. I've seen that numerous times when I've done a Shop and Compare tool and we've estimated the subsidy, gone through the application, and boom, it is right on the nose. So it is very good with estimating the total subsidy at a specific income. Now, the weakness of the Shop and Compare tool is that it is difficult to find the subsidy for individuals within the household, because within Covered California, not all household members have to be in the same plan. So we could have one adult in a Kaiser plan, another adult in a Bronze Blue Shield plan. The children, if they're subsidy eligible, might be in a Western Health Advantage plan, different metal tiers. So, and the subsidy attributed to that individual and their age and that zip code travels with them. But it's very difficult to kind of learn that information until you do the application. Then you can break people up into groups. Another use for the Shop and Compare tool is to figure out if you're going to have to repay on taxes, or if you might be getting additional tax credit back when you do your tax return for the year. Let me show you how that works. Let's say you want to check on your subsidy for last year because you don't think your income estimate was accurate. You believe you might be making more money than you originally estimated. So go to see, it's going to know whether the zip code is correct or not. Put in the zip code and then the estimated household income that was in the Covered California application. And then the age, and see your results. And this is kind of the tedious part of the Shop and Compare tool. You have to kind of flip through these pages so that you can get to the estimated subsidy. This individual, age 40, in that zip code at a $50,000 income, was receiving $230.36 per month as a subsidy to reduce the health insurance premiums. But the individual believes that their income is going to be much higher. So now we want to estimate what that will be and what the individual may have to repay in terms of a subsidy. So again, you want to check mark the year 2024 if that's the year you're working with, because remember, it's always defaulting to the current year. And this individual believes they'll have an income of $80,000, $30,000 higher than they estimated in covered California. Flip through the screens here. And there is no subsidy. The $1 is what covered California gives everyone enrolled in a health plan through covered California. So at $80,000 for that individual, if they were in covered California for the full 12 months, they would have to repay $230.36 times 12 for a total of $2,764.32. So Shop and Compare tool can kind of help you in that regard, or it'll also let you know if your household changes. You can go through the different scenarios to see if you may be getting additional tax credit. So the Covered California Shop and Compare tool, very powerful for determining the subsidies and your taxes. Well, there you have it. The Covered California Shop and Compare tool, very powerful. You can learn a lot. You can run through a bunch of different scenarios within your family to understand what your subsidies might be and who's going to be offered coverage, who will be Medi-Cal. So it's a great tool that's out there for free. So you want to go to coveredca.com and use it. If you have any questions or comments, you may leave those down below and I will do my best to answer them. Otherwise, for insuremekevin.com, I'm Kevin Knaus.